Assalamu alaikum. Class, the topic we are going to discuss today is about homeostasis. What is homeostasis? Homeostasis is a condition in which the organisms maintains the internal body conditions despite the harms and fluctuations of the external environment. Actually, homeostasis is a Greek word. Homeo means same and stasis means standing. So maintaining the same condition of an organism, of a living organism, despite the changes of and fluctuations in the external environment is called homeostasis. So let's begin with the definition of homeostasis. Homeostasis, the definition is the protection of internal environment, that is the inside environment of an organism, from the harms of fluctuations in the external environment. For instance, the external environment keeps on changing. We have high temperatures, we have lower temperatures, or either we have extra salty conditions outside the cells, that is hypertonic conditions, or we have less solute conditions outside that are hypertonic conditions. So there are different environments that a living organism or a cell, even a cell, has to face outside its boundaries or outside cell membrane, cell wall, whatever the external boundary of the cell may be. The cell still has to, or the organism still has to maintain a specific internal environment, so that the enzymes of the cell or the living organism, they work properly and the organism can execute all its functions normally. For example, if the cell or the organism doesn't maintain the internal conditions in a narrow range, the enzymes, which are delicate proteins, their structure ruptures, they won't be able to work. So the cell has to maintain a narrow range of the internal conditions. Now, in this chapter, we'll be covering how an organism or a cell performs all these functions, and what are the types of homeostasis and how they all work and how the mechanisms work. Uh, First of all, let's look at the importance of homeostasis. That why homeostasis is so important. There are two factors. Number one, that is it is required for the normal functioning of the organism. That is, organism won't work normally if this internal cell conditions keep on fluctuating. That is, sometimes the pH is very high, the pH is very low. Sometimes the temperature gets so high, the enzyme won't be able to. Such an organism cannot survive. Such a cell cannot survive. So for the normal functioning, it is necessary for a cell to keep its internal environment within a narrow range in terms of temperature, in terms of solutes, and in terms of ions also. Number two, the main importance of homeostasis is that an organism survives because of homeostasis in the external environments, and thus an organism's evolve. If an organism is not able to cope up with the external environment, that species or that organism won't survive in that environment. So hence the evolutionary process will stop. So many species, they end up having no generation further generations because of not accomplishing the homeostasis process. That is, they cannot survive the external harsh environments. For instance, nowadays we are facing global warming, and so many of the habitats of the organisms, they are destructing, and hence the species are becoming endangered, and eventually they will become extinct. So for evolutionary process also, so there is a link of evolutionary process and homeostasis, which is very important, that for the survival and for the continuity of a species, the homeostasis process must go on smoothly. Now, what are the mechanisms of homeostasis? Homeostasis is a concept. Today, I am just making you understand what is the basic concept of homeostasis. Now, we'll go into the depth in further lectures. Concept of the components of internal environment mainly affect due to changes in external environment. So there are three types of components that are more likely, and they are majorly affected by the changes in the external environment. Number one is solutes. There are solute conditions, for example, sodium condition, concentration, potassium, magnesium, zinc, and all these salts. They are very important. They are macro nutrients and micronutrients, and then there are trace elements that get affected due to the external environment changing conditions. And number two is water. Water is one of the very most important component of a living organism. Cells make up around 70 to 90% depending on the type of the cell, constitutes of water, cytoplasm mainly of water. So the water is very important component that is also affected due to changing external environment conditions. And number three is temperature. Temperature conditions also change, or for the environment conditions, the temperature conditions, they are not always the same everywhere. For example, in summer temperature rises, in winter some temperature lowers, or even in the same organism, the cell has to face temperature fluctuations. For example, in our case, when we are having fever, so our body temperature rises and the cell has to face and increase in temperature conditions. So these three have specific terms. The mechanism process by which we maintain solutes within a narrow range in an organism is called excretion. The process by which we maintain water conditions within a narrow range in an organism is osmoregulation. The word osmo comes from water, and the mechanism by which we maintain the temperature of an organism within a narrow range is called thermoregulation. Hope it helps. And if you have any question regarding this topic, because in further lectures I'm going to go in depth of each of these terms, I'll be explaining excretion in detail, and then thermoregulation, and then osmoregulation. So you can have a question over here. Thank you.